soloists have a secret, a very clear secret as to how they get clear sound. And I'm going to share the pathway to clear sound right now. The reason why they have clear sound is because they play closer to the bridge. Now, it may seem counterintuitive. If you're watching this for the first time, my name is Eric, I'm a violinist, and I teach you how to become a better violinist. And the path to get a clearer sound and to become a better violinist is by understanding contact point. All soloists on the circuit, of the performance circuit, they all understand contact point. Usually cellists talk about contact point, but I have a bunch of friends, violas, cellos, and they all obsess over contact point for this very reason. And if you're a violinist, you should obsess over it too. Why? Because it helps you get a clear sound. So I believe that most soloists get a clear sound right over here, close to the bridge. And you always see soloists on stage performing right near the bridge. There are a few reasons for that. Number one, the string tension is tighter near the bridge, because as the string goes closer into the middle, if you pull a rubber band, you can feel, or if you pull like a string, you can feel that the tension is right near the edges. So once you have figured that out, then you play. Now, the key to clear sound is not just about placement of the bow, but understanding the weight as to how you put the bow onto the place where the string tension is highest. So for me, if I play with a very soft tension, light tension, then I have a very kind of very soft kind of squeaky sound. That's actually called ponticello. Ponticello is a technique that that composers use all the time, and or violinists use to get a specific technique. So the idea is that you want to get a very clear grip of the string, which looks right over here, very close by. So I'm getting a very, very clear sound as a result. Now let's do the opposite. What would it sound like if I did the exact same weight but closer to the middle? I still get a clear sound. I don't get as much power and more bang for my sound. And then let's try now, same way but closer to the fingerboard. Now this is of course the most vulnerable place on the violin fingerboard and the contact point, because normally soloists don't spend time here because you don't get the most amount of sound. However, because they understand contact point, you can utilize your weight distribution in different parts of the contact point. So I don't have to adjust my weight all too much on the right hand. I'm only redistributing my bow in a different location between the fingerboard and the bridge. So if I'm playing, then I get a nice clear sound, especially for instance, if I'm trying to get real good clarity in an excerpt, for example, like Mendelssohn Violin Concerto, third movement. I get a very clear sound. However, if I do the same exact excerpt closer to the fingerboard, it's really hard to get a clear and consistent sound. In the middle, you can definitely hear that it takes the edge off the sound. But if you're trying to project over an entire orchestra with a hall, maybe 3,000 people, you want to be as close to the bridge as possible, especially on those up bows in tricky passages this way. You get a lot clearer sound. Now, in terms of contact point, when you're trying to do dynamics, for instance, you can see soloists on the circuit now, they don't use straight bows. Now, this is counterintuitive because usually I teach my beginners to play with a straight bow. However, once you know the rules, you can break the rules. So once you understand the rules, here's what you can do in terms of contact point when you're doing dynamics and different dynamic transitions, for instance. So if I'm a little bit crooked bow and I keep my bow crooked, look what happens to my dynamic with the volume. I did not do anything different with my weight on the bow. I simply angled my bow in a very specific way to help me achieve that natural dynamic. So the bow does the work for me, not me trying to force it upon the bow. So one more time. And the same idea as I do a down bow. Now, if you're a beginner, do not listen to me because it's gonna drive your teacher crazy. This is a very advanced technique. This is at the point where you understand how your body works and you understand your bow angles, and you can do a lot more advanced stuff. But for the time being, if you are a beginner or if you're an adult learner or someone just trying to pick up the violin for the first time and you just want to figure out how I fix my squeaky sound, this is the way. So here is how you do that. You try to first organize your bow, maybe look in front of a mirror or use your smartphone and use a selfie camera to figure that out. So you can just figure that out, see if you're going this way or that way. I tend to have longer arms. I'm 6'1", so I have a very long wingspan, and I tend to maybe go here a little more. And I have to mind my straight bow. So I'm doing a straight bow here, and I have to, once I get to the middle bow, I have to extend my arm. And I'm trying to keep that contact point consistent. Whatever line you decide on your violin, whether it's here, here, or here, you are trying to keep that line consistent. So even a lot of times I see students, they do a down bow and they go over to the fingerboard. Now that will require some guidance from your violin teacher if you're taking private lessons. If you are, I encourage you to reference this video and use it with your private teacher to try to get to the root of the problem. However, if you are trying to do this and right now you're doing that, it could be because of a variety of reasons. Now, if you're having trouble with sound, it may not entirely be regarding the bow contact point. It could be your bow hold and your bow arm. And I have a solution for you. I actually have a bow hold course that actually addresses some of the things I talked about in this video and other things in regards to bow hold and to your bow arm and how to achieve a clear, consistent sound. I want you to take a look at the bow hold course, and the first lesson is on me, and I want to gift you with 15% off as a first-time viewer or a first-time learner on the violin. I want to gift that part of music education to you. So click down in the link below and use the promo code ViolinStart to get started. Or if you want to take a closer look with some other videos that I have on the channel, take a look right over here and right over here.